Welcome back. Today we shall discuss Windkessel effect, right? The word Windkessel is a German word which translates as air chamber. Wind translates as air, Kessel translates as chamber, right? This Windkessel effect is given to us by, explained by the scientist Otto Frank, the one who gave us the Frank-Stalling law also, right? Now, what is Windkessel effect? Windkessel effect is nothing but the phenomenon of conversion of pulsatile nature of blood flow from the heart into streamline blood flow in the blood vessels, right? This phenomenon is referred to as Windkessel effect. Now, large arteries such as aorta, pulmonary artery, subclavian artery, these arteries contain large amount of elastic fibers. These fibers are made up of protein elastin. So these fibers, whenever the pressure within the blood vessel increase during systole, okay, what happens? They stretch and distend the blood vessel, right? During diastole, they recoil back to their original position. This Windkessel effect is absent in smaller blood vessels because the amount of elastic fibers in those smaller blood vessels are very minimal, right? Let's understand the physics behind the Windkessel effect by considering flow of blood through aorta, right? So during systole, okay, this is aorta, right? Aorta, this is aortic wall, this is also aortic wall, right? So during systole, blood is ejected from the left ventricle into the aorta, right? So the pressure is very high. Because the blood pressure is high, this stretches the elastic fibers. As a result, the walls of the aorta distend during systole, right? So now during diastole, what happens? These walls were distended during systole. Now the kinetic energy is stored within their walls for a fraction of a second. So now what do? These elastic fibers, they now recoil back to their original position, right? So when they recoil, okay, so these elastic walls compress the column of blood here, so that blood is now forcefully moved forward, right? So this is what happens during diastole, right? So now what is the sequence of events which happens during Windkessel effect? So blood enters aorta during systole. So now what happens? The blood pressure is high, so this transfers kinetic energy to elastic fibers in the walls of aorta, right? So this kinetic energy is stored for a fraction of a second, right? And then during diastole, okay, what happens? The elastic recoiling of the elastic fibers happen. Elastic fibers recoil back to the original position. So now this compresses on the column of blood and the blood is moved forward during diastole, right? So by this mechanism the pulsatile flow gets converted to streamline flow, continuous flow, right? So this is the physics behind the Wien-Kessel effect. What is the significance of Wien-Kessel effect? Imagine that the blood flow is pulsatile. So during systole there will be blood flow to tissues, right? And during diastole there won't be any blood flow to tissues, right? Now this scenario is not ideal and conducive for transfer of gases such as oxygen and carbon dioxide, metabolites and nutrients. They cannot get freely transferred between the capillary blood and the tissues. Now if the flow is continuous, then there is smooth transfer of these gases, metabolites and nutrients between the tissues and capillary blood in a to and fro manner, right? So this is the significance of a Wien-Kessel effect. Increasing age has an effect on Wien-Kessel effect. Okay, how so? With increase in age, okay, what happens? The amount of elastic fibers is decreased because of arteriosclerosis, right? Because the elastic fibers are decreased, the efficiency of Wien-Kessel effect is decreased, right? As a result, the tissue perfusion becomes poor.